always said that my job is to give the comfort for the actors, because it's very difficult for an actor to be good, to make you believe everything. It's an art. And to play and to be good, you have to help them. But the best way to help, I think, is to make them feel comfortable and happy to be there.
As part of the retrospective of your work that they just hosted here at the Quad, you also chose Steven Spielberg's Duel.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear a little bit about that connection and Driving Madeleine.
Well, first of all, I love Steven Spielberg's work, and even the guy himself. He's a good guy. He loves cinema. We met when I was for the Oscars with Joey Noel. He was there for Munich. 11 selection, no one. No Oscar, I mean. And so he was very unhappy. And we talk about cinema. We talk about Hitchcock, and he felt very well after that. You have to see Duel. If you don't know this movie, really you have to see it, because it's a masterpiece. Steven was 23. It was the very beginning of his career, and this movie is just amazing. It's a tribute to Hitchcock movies, really. It's also a kind of first Jaws. You will see why I tell you that. About this truck is a kind of Jaws. I mean a shark, and you will understand why. But this movie is very important, and also it's a lesson of how to shoot in a car. So I make a screening of this movie to my crew, because shooting in the car, the taxi was just a nightmare for us. How to put the camera, where to put the camera, and by watching Duel, everything was obvious. So yes, I love this movie, and I love, as I told you, it's because when I was with him, I said it's because I watched Duel, Sugarland Express, EC3K, Jaws, E.T. When I decided myself to be a director. So it's a very important guy in my life, in fact.
I'm going to ask one more question, then I'm going to open it up from questions from you all. But Driving Madeleine feels like it's a meeting of the past and the present. How did you approach tying in all the different eras of Madeleine's life into one narrative? How did you lay out that drive and her memories?
The very old people, they live in several times. They are with us, but sometimes they are also in the past. And I love the fact that it's not so clear, the separation between the past and the present. And that's why I wanted, for instance, to make a scene which was not written in the script. It's the one when the two women are sitting in the back of a taxi. The old Madeleine and the young Madeleine, and I love the way they improvise, because it was not written. And when I suggest this scene to the two actresses, they say, "Why?" I said, "Why not?" So let's try. And they sit in the taxi, and I put the music on A Bitter Earth, Dinah Washington, and they improvise. The way they look at each other, the way they took their hands, I love it. And this is for me kind of illustration of what you say. I mean, for the old people, the past, today, sometimes it's not so clear. It was what happened to my mom, I remember very well. So, but I love the idea. In fact, in this movie, there are two movies. The movies from the past, about the past, and the movies of nowadays. And we have to work to make a big difference between the two for you. And also to make some time. For instance, at the end, when she came back to the apartment and walk inside and think about what happened before, I love to do it. I love it.
Do we have any questions in the audience?